Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's all right. Checking out if everything is okay. Here. I think we're going to be good to go. Okay. How's everybody? Hope all is all right. And we start the show now. Welcome aboard, everyone. So this is the Saturday edition of the Shortwave show. We haven't been here for 2 weeks, so it's like a long time. So many things happening. First, of course, was the concert that I went to, and I got extra from the concert, which was a COVID. So I started feeling, kind of a little under the weather, maybe on the Friday of last week. And on Saturday, I really didn't feel that great. Sunday was horrible. Monday was pretty bad too. But then Tuesday, Wednesday, energy levels was coming back, and everything was really um, to the regular. I'm not 100%. I still have just about a stuffy nose, and the my energy level is maybe like I don't know, 80%. It's not 100% or as it was, but definitely better, and definitely getting better here. So that's getting there. But then again, I'm taking care of somebody that has a lot of health problems, and not knowing for a couple of days that I was possibly infected meant that I infected that person. And that was something pretty heavy to deal with. It was a very, very difficult time. So I had to take care of myself and take care of someone else that was really sick, more than me. So all of that together meant that I took some time off to do stuff that I needed to do and take care of my friend, and take care of myself at the same time. So we're slowly getting back to normal. Slowly, not 100% yet, but at least we're back, and hope that everybody is well. And let's take a little sip here of my official drink. Oops, I just banged the microphone with a glass. And here, cheers, everybody. Vodka cranberry. Well, this glass needs to be placed somewhere else because I'm going to spill some everywhere. So, anyways, things are getting back to normal slowly. So it's nice to be here, nice to be back, and we're going to talk about shortwave. One thing I want you guys to go and check because I'm curious about something happening right now. So on my SDR, I got these little dots around 100 megahertz. Like it's very widespread. So from 15,000 to 15,250, there's these dots that are spaced and that are in the waterfall. And I hear definitely, and I hear them all over my radio. And I know it's not local because I saw somebody in a post today in a group saying that he's been receiving that and wondering if it was local interference also. So it seems that it's widespread. So I'd like you guys to go and tune 15,000 to 15,250 and tell me if you hear, if you don't have an SDR, just tune slowly and look at if you hear like these pulses of noise that are regular intervals. And I see here that all of these pulses are actually following propagation. And on an SDR, it's very visible. It's a bunch of pulses that are all lined up, which is very, very weird. So the mystery of today is, what is that? What the hell is that? And it's so widespread too. Kind of crazy. So, anyways, my name is Jill. I'm located in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, northeast part of North America, and we're here to talk about radio, have fun with radio. It's something that is a solitary hobby. We say it all the time, and so basically, we can say that we have fun and have these 2 shows a week, one on UT Thursday 0 UTC, which is Wednesday in North America 8 p.m. Eastern, Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, that's 20 UTC, and we just have fun with radio as a gang. We have a chat room if you want to join in and say hello to everybody. A great little place to be. And of course, we also have a Facebook group, same name as the channel here, official SWL channel. And don't forget, if you want to tip, if you want to give a little something back, if you're happy to see me after 2 weeks, we have a function of the super chat that is available where you can actually, for whatever amount you want, post a little something that uses the super chat, gives me a little tip, and I take that money and put it aside so that for radio events or whatever. I was thinking of putting it aside maybe for the possibility of trying something over WRMI. I actually did the first steps while I was sick. I sent a message on to WRMI, and we've been having a little back and forth thing. So I've been inquiring about airtime and how much it costs, and depending on how much time did I use and is every week and so on. So first steps are done in asking how all of that could happen. Second step would be to do a show. I was thinking of maybe doing a trial show and do like a month, like 4 weeks of shows. See the response, see how many people are there, see if also there's a response back in helping also a little bit with, I'm not asking everybody to pay for the shows, but if somebody could give a little something to help out with these shows so that I don't have to, pay all of the amount all the time every week, I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be very interesting. So, anyways, more to come in the next, I'd say in the next week or two, for all of that. The pulses can even go down lower. I'm going to check something here. I'm going to go to the 14,800. Actually, the pulses are way down to 14. Man, they are all over the place. 14. So what I see here is that they start at 14.6, close to 14,700. The first line of pulse is like 14,690, and it goes all the way to 15,250. It's extremely wide band. So 14,690 all the way to 15,250. And they're really, really strong around 14,800, 14,750, 14,850. It's crazy. It's crazy. The pulses are really, really surprising. So 14,900. I mean, it's crazy. The series of pulses is crazy. So there's a fade, and they fade in and out like following propagation. So basically the I got the hint about an hour ago while I was starting to do something, and the the guy was in, I think the guy was in Texas, and he thought it was local to him. He thought, well, it can be something widespread, and he he looked at online SDRs, and he saw them on online SDRs even in California. So it intrigued me, and I tuned, and immediately I saw the pulses here. I was like, "What is that? Where is it coming from?" It is crazy. This is crazy, especially widespread like that. Imagine if there were a lot of broadcasts on the 19-meter band right now. Some of them would actually be um, interfering with international broadcasts. This is crazy. Where is that coming from? So apparently they weren't there. They were there yesterday also, and he was mentioning in his blog post that in Texas he was hearing them when yesterday all day when the sun set. It they slowly disappeared with the sunset, which means propagation conditions, of course. So and when he tuned this morning when he woke up, and he was there. So it's really, really bizarre. Really bizarre. So I don't know. I don't know what that is, where they come from. They're very stable in time, all spaced out pretty equally, and fading in and out. It's really crazy, and that is wide band. I mean, 14,690 all the way to 15,250. That's a big chunk of spectrum. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. Okay. Matt, nice to have you here. No problem with that. We have other things to do in life sometimes in Colorado. Bobby Burgess, WA5107SWL in Morgan City, Louisiana. David's Radio Room, nice to have you on board. Jeff King from Jacksonville, Florida, nice to have you here. Mad Max 2069, nice to have you on board. Rob in Phoenix, Arizona, hello there. Gary 24 fan, nice to have you here. We have Richard Wagner, nice to have you here from Illinois. What do we have? Richard Califano, nice to have you on board. René Charbonnier, nice to have you on board from the Netherlands. Robert Cross, nice to have you here. Serge, nice to have you on board from Switzerland. Temperature 37 Celsius. Youch. Yeah, I heard in France also. You guys in France are also in really, really hot temperatures. Pretty crazy. Here it's cold today, actually. It's 13 Celsius. We're in like temperatures like real cold for this time of year. We had a little bit of humidity and some really strong thunderstorms yesterday and the day before. But we haven't had really much of very hot weather. It's kind of weird. We have Bob. Nice to have you here. WA2SQQ from New Jersey. Happy to be back. We have Richard, not much time to listen with a new puppy. Pretty cool. DJW883, nice to have you on board from Southeast Pennsylvania. We have VA3JPX, nice to have you on board from Ottawa. And he says, on tap this afternoon, my homemade prison wine, 18%. Youch. We have Randall, nice to have you here from Northeast Illinois. Brad, nice to have you here from Texas, and 5LUL, WA5192 is WL. We have Glenn, nice to have you here, KB9IN. Nick Sharp, nice to have you here from Southern England. We have Gabe's Radio Room, nice to have you on board, or radio channel, sorry. Nice to have you here, Gabe. What else? Let's go down. PLF Radio, bonjour, bienvenue. J'espère que ça va bien et qu'il ne fait pas trop chaud dans ton coin de la France. J'ai entendu aux nouvelles qu'il fait très chaud. Bob, nice to have you on board. Harold Anderson, nice to have you here from Oslo, Norway, LB1NH. And we have Joseph, nice to have you here, Joseph. Larry, M2ICZ, nice to have you on board. Roberto Rojas, nice to have you here, my friend. G5STU, nice to have you on board. New around here, been watching many of your vids over the last week. Cool, welcome aboard. Hope you're going to have fun with us. Jim's Radio Check, nice to have you on board. And finally, a cool day after 9 days above 90. Summer hasn't started yet. Man Max, not going to lie, I'm going through withdrawals, not seeing the live stream. Oops, I put the wrong date on the title. Oh well, doesn't matter. It's because, you know what, I got fooled with the date as I was preparing and uploaded I edited and uploaded the International Radio Report show for tomorrow morning. And of course, it has the date of June 19th. So when I did the live show, it's still in in that same time frame instead of the 18th. Bob, what concert? Kraftwerk. It was great. Kraftwerk with their Kraftwerk 3D show. It was really, really nice. Dan, nice to have you here from Ohio, the NAWJZ. Storm Radios and Cats. Nice to have you here. ManMax 2069 installed the discriminator tab into the scanner, been decoding digital. And bought a Yaesu FT 2980R. Cool. David in Barcelona, Spain. ¿Cómo está mi amigo? EA3IEK, EA4998URE. Tosenlof, nice to have you here. So people are getting the dots and the pulses. Ottawa, VA3JPX in Ottawa is getting it. David P. Miller, nice to have you here from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Jed Crafter, nice to have you here from Southern Maine. Been outside smoking pork shoulder for pulled pork sandwiches. That must be good. I have a slow cooking whole chicken in the oven right now. It should be ready as the show when I end the show. Rich in Atlanta is got the dots. Yarabamba, nice to have you on board. Says, by chance found your channel Internet Radio Review. Didn't know you like Internet Radio too. Yeah, that's an old channel. An old channel. I haven't posted anything there in probably 6 or 7 years. I actually had decided to start that when I got my CNG and WFR20. I did reactivate something though, because I'm planning on maybe trying to do a few things again there and maybe changing the way that I did it. I was thinking of probably probably reactivating the retro gaming channel that I had. So this is going to be something to look at, because I think I'm going to reactivate that. So yeah, the pulses are between about 14,690 all the way up to 15,250 here, and at times very strong. If you guys don't have an SDR, if you tune around slowly with your a portable radio or anything, if you hear pulses suddenly that are regular interval, that's what you're getting. No, I haven't tried any because I didn't have time. I was setting up the live show and everything, PLF Radio, so I didn't have time to go in different SDRs around the world to see where it can be received or not. Games Reader Channel, where is the antenna for SDRs? Can we order them on Amazon? What do you mean antenna for SDRs? Do you mean the MLA30 that we talk about, or just curious? Jeff Williams, nice to have you on board from Southwest Cornwall, UK. Zen Farros confirming pulses. Marcos Antonio, it's nice to have you on board from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Nice to have you here, my friend. They come and go every 61 kilohertz. So that is definitely weird. Actually, if I tune one, I'm going to have you guys listen to one of them. If I tune 14894, 14894. It's weird. It's really kind of a weird pulse. Storm radios and cats. Wow, really pronounced, almost like someone trying to spell something. Stephen Wood from Cape Cod, nice to have you here. Robert Cross, speaking of 14995.5. Jim's radio check. Brother Stare pulses. The name is nice to have you here. He says not saying it's aliens. Games Radio Channel, it's the interference for the broadcast tower. TVDXR, salut, j'espère que tu vas bien toi aussi. Ça va bien ici, même si je suis pas 100%, mais je suis quand même beaucoup mieux. Okay. What else do we have? Whoops. Just kick the camera a little bit. Let's put it here. So anyways, well, the fire is gone, apparently, from what I see here. No pulses heard in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Zen Farros has many frequencies. And he's gotten even down. 13,600, 13,400. Wow. So they're really far. Really, they go back far. Let me try 13.5. Do I see them there too? I don't see them lower. I don't see them lower. I really see them in that range. So maybe propagation, depending on where you are, maybe some of you have them at a much, at a different, Joe Tyson, nice to have you here from North Carolina, KM4WRQ. And David Exter's in Arizona. Nice to have you here from Arizona. J'espère que ça va bien. Toasted Love says I must be inside a skip zone or something. Storm Raiders and Cats on Kiwi SDRs are going to make the bandwidth wider. You mean to see for the screen? You can actually on a trackpad, if you have a trackpad like on a laptop, just with 2 fingers, expanding fingers, the zoom in, zoom out functionality that you can use works on with the waterfall display. Actually, we have Bob, very cool here in New Jersey. Peter John Fetting, nice to have you on board. Is ZR6 PCF from South Africa. Nice to have you here, my friend. Catalin, nice to have you here from Germany. Set up my wire antenna out 20 meters long. Cool. David, been in vacation QTH this week. Temperatures were up to 40 Celsius. Youch. That's too hot for me. Dr. Sisab, nice to have you here from Georgia. Steve 2E0WZL in East Midlands, UK. Belafrazio in France, we are experiencing a strong period of heat wave since the beginning of the week. It can end in the middle of next week. Christian Marcoux, salut, j'espère que ça va bien. Just came back from La Salle, Quebec. Was 4 degrees Celsius. Rain and high winds. Was cold. Neil Rigby, nice to have you here from the UK. Tarek, nice to have you on board from Cairo, Egypt. Mad Max, I see it on the waterfall in Ohio. Just figured there was some new local QRM. Yeah, well, that, I've never seen that before. If it wasn't for, what's the picture there? I don't know. It's fishes, from what I see. I'm going to try to restart the fireplace. So, just need to get this phone here. There we go. So, if it wasn't from somebody that was mentioning that he was actually seeing those pulses, I never would have thought that. So let's go here. Take one, whatever. So I never would have thought that was a shortwave signals. I would have thought, wow, what is that local interference that I'm having again? It's just crazy. But obviously it has, propagation characteristics. Today reached 38 Celsius. Wow, that's too hot. Santa Faros has it all the way down, even on 12 megahertz. Wow. So you got it at a really, really widespread frequency range where you are. Mine below about 14,690 fades away. There's no more. It could be a Mad Max, some kind of weird over the horizon radar. But the problem is if that thing is like that all the time, imagine if it's like that all the time, and it she's gonna do a little something, guys. Won't be long. So it's crazy because that can interfere with shortwave like crazy, especially Gary 24 fan, love Kraftwerk and all those electronic bands. Cool. Hour of noise, yeah. Well, actually, Kraftwerk is there's only one guy that's left that is the original member. The others are there was one that died last year, and the others are all kind of new guys. Storms, Raiders, and Cats, these little dots are making some odd sounds if you put Kiwi into SAM. It's not like a pulse, it's like a burst. It's some kind of weird burst. Not like a standard pulse. So nothing in France and nothing on U20 with SDR. So in Europe, they don't seem to be heard. Dread Crafter, 17530, playing Rolling Stones. Any idea what station that is? It's Voice of America. 17530 is Voice of America, usually until I think 2030. It's 1930 to 2030 UT. Jet Crafter from the Greenville, Massachusetts. What else do we have? Ken, nice to have you here from England. Catalan 6660 kilohertz playing music and lower sideband. So some kind of pirate probably by there in Europe. Then Pharaoh's down to 11647 and most 61 kilohertz. There's something. Wow. Bobby Burgos, if you reactivate your gaming channel, name it Official SDL Gaming and play Forza Horizon 5 in Halo Infinite on there. Yeah, that would be something that I could do. Definitely. Check that out. Dawson Love sees it from Montreal SDR. WF7I Homebrew, nice to have you on board, Bert, from Virginia. Power out for most 24 hours. Youch. Oh, power comes back. When power goes away for a few hours, it's kind of fun for the radios. When it's more than 24 hours, it kind of gets a little more, intense. If radio said during the night, temperatures does not go down to 23 Celsius, which is warm for a night. So you don't have time to cool down unless you have air conditioning. Without air conditioning, it must be hell. WF7I is joining with the iPhone. Carol, W7 WXV, nice to have you on board. Blogger Die, yes, you can buy MLA turning antenna that works with SDR on Amazon, eBay, and other places. Dimitri, nice to have you on board, my friend. Nice to have you here. What else do we have? Andy New, nice to have you on board. Yeah, that's what I figured. It could be some form over the horizon radar, but man, wide like that, and apparently it's like continuous. San Faro, 61 kilohertz is strange. That it isn't 60 kilohertz. Is this North America only? Maybe if the grid is under enough strain, they could be making up cycles like never before. I don't know. The pulse signal. We're going to call it the pulse signal. Jet Crafter pulse is heard in Maine on A14894. Storm Rains and Cats 14825. Zenfaros, you don't see the pulses, but the thing that is next to the pulses goes many more hops down. Dimitri, how it's hot in Montreal? Montreal is cool today. So we're barely in the 60s, about 23. And Dr. Sisop here in WWV again. WRMI being jammed by Cuba. No RMW. 45 unit. Nice to have you on board. Cool 66 Fahrenheit. What else? Got DV Mega 30 dongle yesterday, so can work the world on D-Star Fusion and DMR. Cool. Man says, turned out we weren't staying at the party as long as I anticipated. Well, welcome back. Carol, well, 13560. Around 13560, Carol, it's instrumentation. It's instrumentation. So that is scientific medical instrumentation around that frequency range, and it's probably quite local to you, possibly. So the pulses we're listening to, Matt, I'm hearing them here in Montreal from 14,690 all the way to 15,250. They're really visible in the SDR. I can show you guys what they look like. I'm going to put the camera just to show you guys how the pulses look like on the SDR screen. So you guys are probably going to see it here. So this is, maybe you don't see it that well. I'm going to just do a little something here so you guys could really see the pulses very well. So look at that. Look at the pulses. And it seems that it's even more than that. So they go up and down, up and down. And they are, here they are from about 14,690 all the way to 15,250. But it could be wider than that. So what happened, and the reason why I tuned there, is that we had there was a blog post earlier about that on one of the forums. And what happens is that I got curious because the guy was hearing it, thought it was local interference, and it turns out that it's actually he tuned an online SDR, and he's heard them in other SDRs. So you notice that, oh, it's not local. And I tuned, and it's like, whoa, okay. Yes, thermal radio and cats. Cool. Dynamics says, okay, I can actually see it on my waterfall with the Air Spy and SDR Sharp. Very faint. I haven't checked HF Underground for it. Maybe we could look at. I'm going to check it out here. I'm going to go to the HF Underground page. I don't know where. I don't know in what category that would show up, though, in the HF Underground. But it's really weird that we see this. By the way, I just wanted to say hello to Richard Lemke in St. Albert, having a little bit of rough times with his mom at the hospital, and his dad having some health problems. So hope that things get better, my friend there. And he ends the message saying that if you have a chance to hug your grandparents and say Happy Father's Day, God bless you all. So welcome, Richard, and hope that things get better for you. And thanks for checking in, saying hello. Always nice to have you here, my friend. So the mystery of the pulses this afternoon on Shortwave is what we're actually getting. So hope that this gets solved in some way. What that could be. Gary Pence, nice to have you here. KM5X in Dallas. Artist Alley Crafter's Kitchen. What do you think Voice of Greece will make yet another comeback? It's difficult because we don't have news. We don't have news, and there was an extension first. If they meant to keep the broadcasts, I think they would have given another extension. The fact that There isn't. I think it's just that they decided, yeah, we're pulling the plug. Unfortunately, I think they're just pulling the plug, which is sad. Apparently, one of the groups that is also sad is the Greek Navy. Apparently, a lot of sailors from the Greek Navy didn't want to have the shortwave go. And it hasn't been heard since the 15th. So kind of telling us that they pulled the plug. Could it come back? It's not impossible. I mean, look at the last time they were gone. They finally came back at some point, you know. So Glenn Fast Pulse says, yeah, 13560, you can't count that for pulses because 13560 is a instrumentation, scientific and medical RFID frequency. So you will always hear pulses on and weird tones and all sorts of weird things on 13560 or around it. And that frequency, they're not related to what we get here. They're really local to you on that frequency. Levi Nathan, nice to have you here from Israel. Matt Kraftwerk, founding member, died, had been out of demand for a while already. Yep. So there's only one guy left from the original band. Zenfaros have a video on Facebook to show the signals I have with very close to the original dots I saw in 1505, 15066. So pretty crazy. Maniac, nice to have you on board from Augusta, Maine. DBS C777, nice to have you on board. Todd, KC1 PSK in Connecticut. Matt has the AM on 15016. What else do we have? Mad Max 369 looking at a waterfall with the NW8S Kiwi SDR in Ohio around 15 megahertz. Joe Walker, nice to have you here from Nova Scotia, Canada. Zen Pharaohs, wonder if the 61 kilohertz is not caused of makeup cycles in a grid that has been under strain. Yeah, I don't think so. I think it mostly has some chosen thing for sure. PDF radio, yeah. So I showed the screen. Everybody's seen what it looks like. Eric Cottrell. Nice to have you on board. Just signal these things here. So so nice to have you on board from cool Boston. I can see more clearly now that I had one of my cataracts removed. I have to be careful not to bend over or lift anything over 10 pounds. You got to take care. Yeah, cataracts. And you're going to see a lot better when that is fixed. Gary 24 fan. Where the pulses here in northern Maine around 14,715, 80, 890, 15,110, just to name a few frequencies. Man, Max, the sound of the pulses almost sounds like you're chewing on a balloon or something. Yeah, it's something weird. Eric Cottrell taking it easy since the operation. 6 meter was open this morning. Southeast US. Cool. Take time to listen to the radio, Eric. Gary Pence reminds me of cosmic particles astronaut experience when sleeping. Master keeping an ear out for thunder in Denver. Kamikaze 1976. Nice to have you here from West Michigan. Catalan, looks like LoRa modulation for HF. Dictor says, if all goes well, it goes to Alaska, July 29th. Cool. Must be some interesting listening to be done there in Alaska. I'd be intrigued with what radios I could hear. Paul says, gets them here in the UK. So that's interesting. Storm radios and cats looks like the Matrix. Ah, that's what it is. We are in the shortwave Matrix. That's the thing. If you see me do all these funky slow motion moves, then you'll know it's the shortwave Matrix. PLF Radio says, first time I see something like this. First time I see, wait. I don't think it's the first time I see something like that. But when I saw those in the past, they were in a very small frequency range. And it kind of, went unnoticed. I just looked at it. And I might have seen it in the past, thinking, like probably all of us would be thinking quickly of, okay, cool, some new interference around me. So Matt, not getting the pulses in Colorado. Thanks for showing that. Beam C Bike, nice to have you on board from Switzerland. Probably last time I have Beam C Bike because I'm having my license test next week. Cool. I'll be at Beam C Cars. Wally, nice to have you on board. Any good recommendation for a good SDR? Depends on what you want to pay as a price, but I'd say that the minimum entry level SDR you should think of if you want to have a good one, the RSP1A from SDR Play. RSP1A from SDR Play is great. You already have a good SDR. I'm going to start with that. There's the RSPDX that has several antenna inputs and also high dynamic range and the lower frequency range for medium wave, long wave. That is also cool. It's a little more expensive, but these are great. So Wally, nice to have you here. Brad has nothing in Texas. MDK2 VOA in French via Greenville. Good on 15185. Joe Blasco, nice to have you on board from Argentina. Paul says getting it 14,400, 14,600, depending on conditions. So it seems to be all over the place. Simon Templar, hey, hello there, my friend. Hope you are well. It's a countdown for an alien invasion. Who knows? Who knows? Reminds me of the signal from the movie Contact. That's what we're getting. We're getting some interstellar signal of some sort. If you see the army get in here and start taking the laptops and the radios, you know something bad's happened. John Harmicar, nice to have you here from Ohio. 145SFG. Nice pulses source seems to be any measurement equipment. I've got the same pulses from Registrator. So Zenfar's just put a video with the pulses below. So it's pretty cool, pretty interesting, honestly. It's very, very interesting what's happening there. Matt says, weird, I see pulses when I switch to the MLA30 loop. Not as strong as you're getting, but they're there. Interesting. Interesting. Alan, nice to have you on board. Yep, Kraftwerk was great. I love the show. If Paul AA1SU in Northern Vermont, nice to have you on board for VTO Radio. Yep, pretty cool day here too. Kathleen, where's Mr. Paul? And can you integrate the waterfall into your mainstream video? I can, because the way I'm streaming. For that to happen, I have to change the way I'm doing stuff. I've been thinking of doing a big change in one of the ways that I stream, with a little box that I will add, that actually can take several inputs of all sorts, like composite, HDMI, and so on. And I'd be able to inject that in the video of the stream for anything that I want to show. Even I could, with that little box, I'll be able to inject, show you a VHS tape playing if I want. So I think that's going to be kind of interesting. So that's coming up. WF7i Homebrew. Because here, one of my things that happens is that all that I do is done on different PCs. I actually have, while I'm streaming, 3 different PCs running, all doing a separate thing. So the one for streaming that I see there, and I see myself, and I see the chat also there. One is the laptop with the AirSpy HF Discovery SDR. I got a laptop here, which is a Chromebook just for the chat, which I find more interesting than looking at the screen there. WF7i Homebrew, and Paul the cat is sleeping in the bedroom on his favorite, my favorite shirt. WF7i Homebrew just got a Sony ICF 2010 back from refurbished. And new filters, repaired SSB, replaced LED, polished display cover. Great. Cool. WF7i Homebrew, thanks for the Winterfest for the referral. I have been enjoying the bands with 2010 on batteries during my power outage today. Cool. Storms, Rages, and Cats says the pulses seem to be fading. Here they are still very strong, going on very strong right now. Matt says, heard that at 21, which is in 6 minutes, there will be a pirate station apparently on 15105 Upper Sidebeam. That's going to be interesting to check out. Talking of that, I think we can try something. If you guys want to try a Russian Morse code spy number station, you can try them in 5 minutes at 21 UT, 11144 CW. 11144 CW. So I'm going to put one of my radios here on 11144 CW. Oops. 11143 upper sideband. Here we go. So here we go. So if you guys want to try it in 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes from now, 11144 CW or 11143 upper sideband. You should hear Morse code, which is a Russian number station coming up. Let's see if it's there. Sunfaro says, I've seen these before. I always thought it was local QRM. Yeah, it's easy to just look at that and say, oh God, I got some new interference. Games Radio channel, I have a broken Hereticus V115 and I can't listen to Shortwave, but did you review it? Review on it. If not, can you review on it? I reviewed it's the same one. If you search for Tivdio, TIV, what is it? Tivdio, TIVDIO, something like that. V115 is the same exact radio. I have reviewed it. I don't know, 2 years ago maybe. There's a review and there's some couple of radio listening on it. Not that good of a radio. Too noisy internally. But impressive on all the features they've been able to pack on the thing that's $20. Catalan on 23 centimeter band, always get the spike. 1272 megahertz RSP1A. What else do we have? Brett is going to semi-retire next month. What would you do or recommend radio-wise with more time on your hands? Depends on the budget that you have, but think about either a Texan portable, and depending if you want to invest a little more or not. Yep, I just heard a beep, so I guess the Morse code is going to happen. Matthew Wells, what's the best TV antenna? For TV, honestly, just there's so much choice of just TV antennas out there. Just get something like that. If you have a scanner radio or anything and have a discount, it works as a TV antenna also. Jet Crafter, these pulses remind me of strange signals they are seeing on their SDR on the TV program, The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. Dr. Sysop FCC considering, we did a little something with that with FM going down to 82, which I think is more of a waste of time. Actually, what we were thinking about, and a lot of comments went in that direction, is instead of expanding the FM band, why don't you just clean it up with, and remove stuff that we don't need 5 stations that has the same program. Let's clean that up and remove all the crap that's useless. FM band sounds bad. And if you expand it to 82 megahertz, you're just going to have more crap. Nothing worth listening. V3JPX is hearing and getting the pulses also on the SDR that is in Hawaii. So it means they're in the Pacific Ocean also. Pretty crazy. Those pulses, amazing. Still going strong from 14,690 to 15,250 here. So in a minute, 11,144. You should hear. Here we go. M12. Moscow, Russia. Spy number station. So you guys should be hearing it. It's pretty good signal here. M12, Moscow, Russia, number station 11144. The name is getting the Trenton military weather on 15034 upper sideband. Yeah, I would need to check the signal wiki thing. Do you have any experience with Win Radio SDR and any info on it? I've never tried a Win Radio because they were so expensive back in the day that and just didn't have the money to buy one. So I can't really talk much about them. You got a partial copyright audio mute on the Pulse video. What the hell? That is weird. Ken, they sound like the pulses in field contact. Simon Templar assembling the MLA 30 Plus. Hope you're going to enjoy that. Jet Crafter's pulse is strong here in Maine on M830 as well. Joe Walker, been seeing them here in Yarmouth. Didn't know what the devil they were. Good night, Catalin. Mike WX50, nice to have you on board from Northwest Arkansas. Glad to have made it for the Alien Signal Show. Rob in Connecticut, Blind Picker, nice to have you on board, my friend. W0RAB, long time. Long time. Hope you are well, my friend. Alan was listening to 6962.5 last night. Not sure what station it was, but the programming was good. David P. Miller, how many DXers does it take to change a light bulb? You need at least 6. One guy changes the bulb while everybody else talks about how the light bulbs were so much better back in the day. Sheldon Harvey, nice to have you here from Greenfield Park, Quebec. What else do we have? Storms, radios, and cats. I need my own Kiwi SDR. So many online SDR have interference. This one in New York just now started with the noise. Must have a noisy TV. Yeah, you got to choose them carefully. Not all the Kiwi SDRs online are really good. Some are very, very noisy indeed. Dynamis, I never pick up Russian number stations here in Texas. Not sure whether to be disappointed or relieved. Yeah, well, 11.144 might not be propagating up to where you are. You will hear some. If you try regularly, if you go on the Preom website and try regularly, you'll hear some from time to time. PLF Radio, hearing M12 clearly in France. Judd Crafter. Video Radio 153 over and over here. Yeah, because they start with a kind of an introduction, and then they have that faster Morse code group of letters, numbers, and stuff. Jeff Crafter, M12 number station booming here in Maine, Countycom GP7 with MLA30. WF7I Homebrew, 11144 strong in Virginia. Keegan DXer, nice to have you here from Northwest Arkansas, my friend. Keegan has reception with his Ethan Grendig Field BT radio. Hey, Greg, nice to have you on board. Hope you are well. RJDA Dakota says, signal from the future. So far, hearing nothing on 15105. I'm going to try it here in Montreal for that pirate station that's supposed to be on. And I've got nothing. Nope. Nothing on 15105. Not even a little peep of anything on the waterfall. But tons of little dots everywhere around it from that weird signal. Storms, Radios, and Cats, 11175 USB live but weak. Zen Pharaohs confirms 11144, just north of New York City. Not strong, but there. Greg says in Milwaukee, temperatures 66, tomorrow 78. The Dr. Sisop is 9940 WTWW. Toast and Loaf, is that a Cyrillic Morse? It looks familiar. It's possible. I don't know. They're not all Cyrillic alphabet. Some are regular, the regular standard Morse code, but some are Cyrillic alphabet. It depends. And they'll have like random groups of letters or numbers or stuff spaced out. Matt, I just found that 15105 is supposed to be a European pirate, so that's probably why nobody's copying. Thanks for checking. Okay, Euro pirate on 15105. Maybe you guys in Europe should try 15105. Dustin Love, 11144 decodes to random groups of letters. Matt, M12 probably uses cut numbers, which are letters that represent numbers. Yeah, it's possible. All sorts of things can happen there. So we're hearing some, it's creepy signal day. That very weird pulse signal that's extremely wide band on 14690 all the way up to 15250. And some Russian spy Morse code at the same time. So we're in the spooky signals today. And it just stopped. Oh. Yeah, it's just telling that the message has ended. Greg, tomorrow going to a swap meet. Oh, have fun. It's a lot of, bring some money. There might be some radios at a decent price there. It's surprising what you can get. Just be careful and test whatever you buy. Any views on Malachite SDR radios? Well, I've got a Chinese version that is kind of surprising. I know that people that have one seem to be happy with the real original ones. So looks cool. Halloween in June for creepy shortwave signals. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So, yep, let's check out what else there is. Before we continue, I would like to mention that Monday is going, not Monday, Tuesday, sorry, is the BBC Midwinter Broadcast on Shortwave, that annual Shortwave DBB. I'm going to start again. I got distracted. So coming up on Tuesday, June the 21st, it's the BBC Midwinter Broadcast from 21:30 to 22 UTC. So very important to know and check it out. So they've been testing. I forgot to check the one yesterday, but on Monday they tested the frequencies. 12065 was good here in Montreal. So on Tuesday, June 21st, from 21:30 to 22 hours Universal Time, is the BBC Midwinter Broadcast. The frequencies that are going to be used: 6035 from Dubai, United Arab Emirates; 7305 from the Ascension Islands, South Atlantic Ocean; and 9505 and 12065 from Wofferton and the UK. And like I said, 12065 is the frequency I was hearing quite well here. So this is going to be interesting. So no, it's BBC World Service. It's called Midwinter because it's for the Antarctic. It's for the British Antarctic Service personnel overwintering at bases in the Antarctics. So that's why they're calling it the BBC Midwinter Broadcast. It's for their crew there in the Antarctic. So it's coming up this Tuesday. And so you guys check that out. I'll be listening for sure. I'll be making a video, posting it online. I'll be listening, and I'll be probably posting my personal comments on the signals in the Facebook group. So once again, 2130 to 22 UT, and that's 6035 7305 9505 and 12065. And if you miss it, they have the BBC Midwinter broadcast page where actually you can go right now and listen to last year's show if you missed it. And they will, of course, post this year's show on that page. So 2130 to 22 hours UTC, guys. Check that out. It's always a fun broadcast to listen to. And it's an annual event happening every year. Kind of cool when you think about it that they take the time for just a handful of people to do that, honestly. Okay. Apart from that, let's check. Any pirates right now in operations? Let's check it out. Shortwave pirates. So anybody listening to a pirate right now as we speak? I don't see any logs of pirates right now. So still getting the pulses on the around 15,000 kilohertz. They're really strong. Kind of really, really wondering what that is. I would guess that is, maybe some kind of radar. Probably some kind of radar. This is okay here. So let's go back to the chat room, see what you guys are talking about. Is the BBC event happening online too? I don't know if online live there is that BBC special midwinter broadcast, but I wouldn't be surprised that it could. But like I said, if you miss it, you'll be able to hear it on the BBC Midwinter page. PLF Radio heard the test transmissions of the BBC Antarctic Midwinter broadcast. Matt could hear 12065 in Denver. And yep, 2130 to 22 UTC. It's 30-minute broadcast. Keegan DXer on the June 12th had FMDX from Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Yucatan, Quintina, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Virginia, DC, Mississippi, Chihuahua, Texas, Ontario and Manitoba, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Maryland, Louisiana. Wow. You must have had a fun day there with your FMDXing, Keegan. The name is just a really bizarre CB signal that looks like someone was tuning their antenna. Great big swoosh across tens of kilohertz before landing on 27025. So Sheldon shared the frequencies. Thank you, Sheldon, for sharing. And thanks, Sheldon, for sharing the website for the program. And you can already have a feel of what it is. Last year's show is there. It's all kind of fun. Khalid, nice to have you on board from Riyadh. Keegan says had 2 Pennsylvania stations and 1 Ohio station, 91.3. Cool. Gabrielle, nice to have you on board. And CX32SWL in Uruguay. Yeah, like 80%. I'd say my energy level is 80% of what it was. So slowly coming back. Slowly coming back. So, no problem, Keegan. He must have had a blast. I mean, when we get some really great propagation and some great conditions on the bands that we love to tune around and have fun. I mean, we're always having tons of fun when that happens. That's for sure. So let's do a little something here that I want to do. I'm going to put this here for the time being. And we're going to put the microphone a little more in this direction. Put the camera a little more in this direction. And put it down so you guys could see mostly the radios. We're going to actually go and focus on the radios a little. I'm going to focus on, I'm going to remove this wire for a second. I'm going to focus on the radios. You guys will miss the frequency here. There we go. So you guys have a little idea of what's happening and what I'm tuning on the receiver. So you could see those dots that are there, which is pretty weird and funky when you think about it. Still a lot of them. We're wondering what that is. What are these signals on the band? Electricity up, 220 band is dead. Took 3 repeaters offline. Here I don't know. I haven't tuned that band, that 220 megahertz band, in a long time in the Montreal area. Games radio channel with one of my radio. I get good FM on one of my radio that I get far away signals, but some where so he's wondering, there are some stations from some of the states around him, probably. Alan M says higher bands on HF have been decent this week too. Video radio, were you sick? I missed you recently, not just a concert date. Yeah, I got COVID. I've not done a show in 2 weeks. Last time was 2 weeks ago. So I got COVID last week after the concert and felt bad for a couple of days. Then had to take care of my friend that got COVID too. So it was kind of a very hectic and weird week, but slowly getting back. Slowly getting back. So John Beckham, nice to have you on board from Northeast Florida. Corbett DC, nice to have you on board from the Gulf Coast of Florida. Yes, I missed him. Maybe Ron Seal, nice to have you here. Hey, nice to have you on board, Ron. Okay. Just see here what's there. Dr. Sys up 10 meter, also active voice and repeaters. 12 meters starts to get some activity. Tom the Xer, nice to have you on board from the Unset Valley, New York, WPE2QED. Brad, are you watching Grand Prix tomorrow? No, I'm not a fan of that, but my nephew is. My nephew is a big, big fan. He's there every year, every single year. But I'm not much interested in that. There is a radio aspect to it that is interesting, and they have kind of a activation of a local station on 91.9, I believe. That is for that local area just there with the race. But no, nothing much. There is a a Grand Prix station also on 20. We're on 20 meters today, doing some contacts. Special event station. What else do we have? Yeah, pretty much like the same thing, Brad. Like the club in for the Indy 500 that does that special event station every time. So it's really funky to see that there is that signal. Those pulses are crazy. I was wondering where they're coming from. I want to check something here that we might have missed. Yeah, 10. So, yeah, 10 0 10 10 544 CW. 10544 CW or 10543 upper sideband. Much weaker than on 11 megahertz, but that also is the Russian spy number Morse code station right now. There's a next station, which is F06A. 15667 RTTY. We're going to try. 15667 RTTY in 6 minutes, 7 minutes from now. Storms Radios and Cats says someone is sending data packets on GMRS locally at 4626250 every 2 minutes. Wow. Erica Trail, the F1 race teams and officials also have portable Tetra trunked radio system that they deploy on 420 megahertz. I saw your post about that. I really need to get into that and try these things. Bob, WA2SQQ, wow, Popular Electronics call sign. Does anyone know if there is a listing anywhere of all of those call signs that were issued? Oh, I don't know. WF7I Homebrew is hearing 10543. PLF Radio here's 10543. So it must be probably stronger in Europe than it is here. I think these M12 are mostly for European spies or something. I'd be curious to know how many spies are actually listening to these things, and where they're located. I'd be very, very curious to know. Mad Reader DXer, nice to have you here. Yep, that is in my backyard. I can tell you that. Richard Wagner, could it be local RFI? What about the Hey, Skidboy DF. Nice to have you here, Rich, in the Catskill Mountains of New York. If you're talking about the dots, no, it's not local, because a lot of people are receiving these, and someone was mentioning earlier he was even getting them in Hawaii. So this is weird. It's interesting because the ones at the top are kind of fading now. But if I go down to 14,900, look at how strong they are here. Look at how strong they are here. Pretty crazy. I am amazed at what this is and where it must be coming from. Because obviously this is crazy wide. And imagine the system to be sending these pulses on so many frequencies at the same time, pretty much. It all seems to be synchronized exactly at the same time. To name us, I'm sure the appropriate intelligence agencies would also like to know that. Michael, nice to have you on board. Better late than never, absolutely. Dustinov cannot hear or see them in North Alabama. Yeah, Greg, cool. You're going to have a lot of fun, Greg, on the Ham Fest. It's going to be a lot of fun. So it's not very strong, but it's there. Maniac DX got M12 also on 10543 coming in. Decent in Central Maine. Just ended. 10543. Just ended. So apart from that, anything else? There was that pirate, that Euro pirate that's supposed to be there. Let me check European pirates for a second here. Yeah, the vault is apparently there on 15105. The vault, Euro pirate, 15105. Anybody receiving that? 15.105. Now was nothing there earlier. Still pretty much nothing there. A lot of people reporting it though. So it seems that let me check that out. So in Germany, somebody getting it in Germany. Somebody's receiving it in Massachusetts, Springfield, Massachusetts. So apparently it's being heard on some people to the East Coast. One guy's hearing it in Ohio. So and somebody's hearing it on the W3 HFU SDR in Maryland. So that means it is making it to some places in the East Coast. If you guys want to try a Euro Pirate 15105 upper sideband, I'm hearing nothing here. As much as I want to listen to. Well, oh, wait a minute. Maybe very weak. Yeah, definitely something. There's definitely something in the noise. 15105. If you guys want to try that, 15105 upper sideband. There's definitely something in the noise here. WF7I Homebrew says hearing music on 15105. Man, Max 369. I wonder if using the Kiwi SDR, if those can be triangulated. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. What else? Richard 15105, good here on a USB. We have some homebrews got in Virginia. VT Radio 15105 heard, but distorted here in Vermont. Alan, yeah, 15105 upper sideband. Mickey Delmage, nice to have you here in Sherwood Park, Alberta. 15105 upper sideband fair. Not bad. So making it all the way to Alberta. Nice to have you here, with Mickey. Yeah, upper sideband. That's why it was distorted. I have something very weak, but almost impossible to hear. So Bert has the WF Sonai Homebrew has the Euro Pirate real strong. Arctic Circle, nice to have you on board from northern Sweden. Robert Cross not hearing 15105. Arctic Circle had 10544 CWS9. Mickey Delmage playing Kate Bush running up that hill. So yeah, there's something there. Hey guys, have you noticed 14.9? The dots are gone. The dots are gone. No more dots. No more dots. They all stopped. So it seems that our weird signal that we've been listening to since the beginning is stopped. Storm Radios and Cats, 15105, not making it into the U20 receiver SDR. Kamikaze 76, 15105 weak, but can hear music. Mike WX50, no signal on 15105 on the Netherlands SDR. Ken, would be great if three stations could triangulate the dots. Yeah. Oh, you've got the dots, Matt? That's interesting. Because this disappeared from here. This is interesting. But you've got them. That is so weird. That is so weird. Toast and loaf, I missed the dots. Yeah, 15580 probably is the frequency. That's interesting. They're gone here. What happened? Is it propagation related and they stopped from my location? I don't know. It's weird. Bob says WA2SQQ just spoke to a friend that we saw the dots the other day on and near 13900. So Rich in Atlanta, a lot of pulses still here in Atlanta. So that's interesting. I lost them here in propagation because they're not there anymore. Yet some of you guys still hear them. That is weird. Just faded away. That is so weird. So weird. Storms, Radios, and Cats says dots are gone here using my DX390. Lots of Iona sounds. WWV coming in quite strong here. Dr. Sisop wanted to have a time check. Let's try 25,000. Nothing. Nothing on 20. Not bad on 15. Hearing it on 10 megahertz. Not as strong. 5,000 is too early for that. Let's try CHU 3330. Not strong, but there. 7850. Nothing. 14670. Nothing also. So I'm going to try RWM 14997 lower sideband here. Nothing there. Not hearing RWM. Doesn't seem to be propagating today to this area. No, I did not forget this, dear sis. It was the first frequency I typed in, 25. I started with 25. I am very positive about that. So let me just reposition stuff. So the dots are gone here. That's interesting. The dots are gone here. And so there's that Europire that some are hearing on 15105. Upper sideband. $15,105 coming here in Maine, fading but readable, hearing music. Arctic Circle, now the dots in northern Sweden. Derek Commissar. So, okay, kind of interesting. So not hearing it. The dots are gone. So that's some weird mystery here that we'll have to check out on what it is for the dots. Kind of interesting to see. Any other? Check out here. Anything else on the Preom website? So the next number station is 17480, which is HM01 from Cuba. That's what's coming up next. So that's cool here. Cool here. Next weekend is going to be field day also. Some for those of you that are interested in the amateur radio, and an interesting weekend, one of the most popular weekends actually for ham radio. Coming up next weekend, of course. So that's going to be interesting to tune around. We'll be live on the Saturday. So I guess what we could do next week on the live show will be tuning around the ham bands and checking out the different stations during the field day event. So it's kind of cool to check that out. And for those that wonder what the field day is, it's basically it's a moment where hams have to broadcast or have to operate in what would be normally emergency type situations. So you're not allowed to be on the electricity of your home. You have to be somehow with makeshift antennas and portable and installed in a way that you would normally do if you were an emergency situation and needed to help out. So it's always a fun. According to ARRL, it is the most popular amateur event of the year. So this is kind of cool. So there's going to be a lot of people in parks and all sorts of areas and public areas showing off their amateur radio skills for sure. DJWD3 15105 coming in loud and clear in the HFU SDR. Today, Miss, I may poke around at the local field day. Storm radios and casts just fired up the Grundig G3. Did not hear the dots. However, it does use the same long wire. Since I switched with the alligator clip between radios. It's interesting that a lot of you guys are hearing the dots in different areas, and I don't have them anymore on my display. Some weird, funky, some radar or something showed up on 15100. Almost looks like DRM, but yeah, there's a radar. 15100. 15100. There's a radar there that just popped up here. What else do we have? Shannon Volm at 13264 from Ireland. Let's try that one out. 13264. That's not very strong here. I hear it, but barely in the noise. Matt the Extra, yeah, I reported also. I report them all also, so that they get removed. So cool, Matt the Extra. Yeah, the 15105, you probably are affected by that radar type signal that popped up on 15100. It's very, very wide band too. 15090 up to about 15110. There's about 20 kilohertz wide signal from that over the horizon radar. I believe that one, the one you're hearing there, that radar is from a Russian. It's what they're calling the Russian container, and comes from Russia. So that's a Russian over the horizon radar right now. And I believe by the sound that it makes, it is the container Russian radar. They call it container with a K. Kev Michael, nice to have you here. KBS Seoul, Korea, 938 kilohertz at 9 p.m. Wow. Sunflowers, I still have the dot candidate. Maybe not same as your signal. I also do not have 15100 over the horizon, since the Texan didn't have dots. No, Texas has a different grid than the rest of North America. Christian Marcoux, bonne soirée. Fais attention à toi. Toujours un plaisir. Then Farrell switched antennas, and now I got a 1500 over the horizon radar. So, and Kev Michael also had NBS Newcastle 1215. 1507 9.5. I don't see anything there. 15079. Don't seem to have any beeps here. Not here, anyways. Hey, William Helms in Florida. Nice to have you on board. Yeah, I'm feeling, I am tired. I could see now that I'm doing this show, getting me a little tired. So we might cut it short a little tonight at maybe 2 hours, because I see that I don't have the energy level that I usually do. But yes, definitely better than last week, that's for sure. Your screen went out on the 909X. Oh, really? That is so sad. Dang. I don't think you can decode the over the horizon radars, because I think it's more of a type of a signal that is just getting on, like will be reflected upon the different objects, planes and so on, and their receivers getting the echo back or something. It'd be interesting to see how they actually work. So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what's in there? Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, on the right, Alan. I'm on the right track. I can tell you that. So, thanks for the tip, Mike. WDX50. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So, I'm gonna check out the radar tomorrow too. I'm curious. I'm pretty sure I've seen that signal before. And might have might have simply taken that signal as if it was local interference or something. I wouldn't be surprised. Jim from Rhode Island, nice to have you on board. Pretty cool to have you here. By the way, guys, if you are CIDX members, because some of you are, the Canadian International DX Club members, remember that tomorrow is the CIDX Zoom meeting. It's happening at 1 p.m. Eastern, 17 UTC. So if you're part of the Canadian International DX Club, if you're a member, why not join us tomorrow at 17 UTC? You should technically have received an email with the Zoom meeting link for tomorrow. So hope to see you there. Would be nice. Sergio, nice to have you here from Sydney. Pretty cool to have people from all around the world. I'll be doing some radio tonight, that's for sure. So I'll be doing radio and probably getting some posting some videos of the not videos, well, maybe videos, but mostly posting some comments on the Facebook group of what I will be listening to through the night as I take it easy for the night. So if you're on the Facebook group, you guys are going to see a lot of that thing. Zen Farrow says the beeps on the video on the Facebook group. You can see the radar on 15100 of the waterfall. Yes, Sergio, a little better. Like I said, I'm not totally 100 now that we've been on for like almost 2 hours. It does take its toll. I see that I'm tired more than usual, but we're getting there. So Sanjian is gone, but I have good old Sony. So yeah, cool. John Beckham, I'm looking at the Kato KA345 at only $19.99, and it seems to receive shortwave quite well for the price. Kato KA345. Let me check that out. Kato KA345. Oh, yeah. Okay. Interesting. Does not ship to Canada. Yeah. I'll check something here. If I can find it at a decent price, Kato KA345. K29, 126 Canadian dollars. Yeah, right. Not worth that. KA345. I can't find. It's not on Amazon Canada. Fortunately, if it'd be there at a decent price. And if I look at Canadian eBay, Kato KA345. It's interesting how on the Canadian side, it doesn't show up at all. Doesn't show up at all in the searches. It's weird. It seems some radios seem to really be for specific markets. Kind of interesting. Hope you have fun at the swap meet, Greg. Robert Cross, thank you so much for the tip. Much appreciated. Mike Jam, nice to have you here. Al, nice to have you on board from Westport, Massachusetts. Matt, starting to see lightning strikes. Need to remove antennas. Man, we had some really big storms this week, and my weather station can detect lightning strikes up to about 20 kilometers away, something like that. And it recorded 1,177 lightning strikes, and all of that in 3 hours. It's completely nuts. Look at the lightning strike number. It still shows on the weather here. Just at the bottom, you'll see 1,177. That's the lightning strikes that it actually has detected that was on Thursday. I mean, Thursday was creepy. It became extremely dark. We had all of these alerts, even on the phone, alerts of hail, tornadoes, all sorts of things. I mean, I posted a video on my Facebook page where I had never heard that before. The clouds are coming in, really dark clouds, constant rumbling thunder. Not even, thunder here and there. Constant rumbling thunder. It was really crazy. JTA Dakota, what do you think of the AWA trying to rebrand two different Texan radios to put themselves back into the shortwave radio marketplace? Well, if they, I ain't got no problem with that. If they choose good models, for example, that they um rebrand as their own, it can only be good because I mean they're good radios. If they choose a good radios, they're good radios. I'm probably going to give them a name. It's good for Texan. I mean, if a couple of other brands get their names on a shortwave radio that is a Texan radio in reality, and they are brands that are known, like for example, if they would take the Texan H501X and sell it as a Grundig brand, at least it would honor the Grundig brand because it's a good radio and it's good quality radio, rather than taking a brand that technically should be pretty good, but packaging the brand like Grundig with crappy radios that are useless and are no good and too cheap to do anything. So, and that'd be good for Texan because if you put Grundig or put a known brand that people trust, well, it's going to help Texan sell more radios also at the same time. It doesn't have to be Texan as long as it comes from the Texan manufacturing plant and has the same quality level. Kevin Michael waiting for E skip and F2 skip for opening the FM low band. Man, I wish my weather station had that lightning detection function. Sounds like a heck of an electrical storm. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Laura Robertson, nice to have you here from Italy, Laura. I3/KO4DFJ. Hope you're well, my friend. Today is you get tornadoes in Canada. Yep, we do. We've had a few. We have a few dozen probably every year. Here in the Quebec area, we probably have a dozen a year. We don't have that many, it's not Tornado Alley, but we there are tornadoes reported pretty much every summer. Storms, raiders, and cats. I hope you feel more like yourself soon, my friend. I need to get some work done around here, so I'm going to sign off. So take care, my friend. Stay safe, Barry. WRQC947 out. Take care. Arctic Circle 15770 WRMI S9 in northern Sweden. Skipwave DX. Lots of states lost power to the storms. Ohio got hit 3 times on that storm. Wind speed upward of 100 miles per hour. Here, one of the videos I've seen from the Laurentians, a place in the Laurentians just up north of Montreal, hail that was golf ball sized. That was crazy. Cool, William. Kevin Michael, eastern part of U.S. and Canada is storms and tornadoes. Be watching. We do get some really bad thunderstorms in the summer, though. Here, we got to be careful. I gotta say, I'm not a guy that gets worried much with the weather, but I am very, very aware of how bad it can be. And actually, I witnessed a extremely bad thunderstorm back in 1987. If you go on YouTube and you type Montreal storms, thunderstorms 1987, you'll probably see some news videos from back then. We were hit on July 14th, 1987. We were hit by a thunderstorm that was just so darn strong. It was crazy. And I will always remember how powerful that storm was that day. And so, knowing that storms can be bad, and also having experienced that storm, when they announce, when the alerts go off, when the alerts go off, um, and it really gets dark. Thursday was the case. I was constantly looking outside everywhere to see what it looked like. And especially because there is a correlation. The more thunder and the more lightning a storm has, usually the stronger it is. So if you have, like Thursday, constant rumbling, it doesn't stop, you know that there's a heck of a storm coming, because it must be very intense. So, but there is one thing that saves us here in Montreal. So Montreal's an island, and we're in the St. Lawrence Valley. So basically, when you go to to north of us, the elevation is higher. And what happens is the storm comes from that elevation, and when you reach Montreal area, which is in the valley in the St. Lawrence River, they tend to lose a lot of their power. And you could see that on a lot of the weather uh, charts. When you look at the storms going through on the radar, you notice that they often break off. They often break off. Jet Crafter has EAM on 8992. Alex Kaufman, nice to have you here. King and the Xer, heard about tornado in central Wisconsin lately. Carl Icon, Chesapeake, HF voice 8764, upper sideband loud into New York. Tony, greetings. Nice to have you here. My second TX PL368 has now also suddenly gone completely deaf on all AM bands. There's something you must be doing, Tony. If you have two and both of them have done and suffered that, there's something you do. I'm wondering if you're not zapping the radio with static electricity without you knowing it. Because I mean, there are no problems with these radios. They are rough and tough. I've got a CountyCom version. I've got a PL368 Chinese version. They're working great. $3684E. That's weird. Okay, Michael, strange how Canada has tornadoes. I was in Wisconsin in 1991. Well, we do have some really hot weather here, especially here on the East Coast. We have some warm and very humid weather, so it's type of weather for that. Take care, Serge. See you next time. Nick Sharp, two strong signals, 20 kilohertz each channel, centered 15100, 15340. Doesn't seem DRM. No, they are. I saw them earlier. They're gone now here, but this is the Russian container radar. Yeah, there in UK, you guys have windstorms mostly. It's different type of. It's more like it's like a big storm. It's like when we get like a big winter snowstorm here. It's you guys have more something like that in rain and wind in the UK. Oh yeah, AM band. Have a little AM radio running. So with your radio, radars just shut off 15100. Oh yeah, tornadoes can strike everywhere. There are places that are prone for them because of how the terrain is, but tornadoes can strike everywhere. Absolutely. Mike WX50 speaking static electricity. I killed a CD copier at work when I touched the cover years ago. I could see the spark from my finger, and the copier never worked again after that. Pretty crazy. Tony, don't have the problem with my other Texans, PL 380, 660, 380, 330, 380, all fine. It's weird. Really weird. Especially with two radios. It's weird. Then Pharaoh's Buffalo ever gets tornadoes, but they get one when my mother was pushing me and in a stroller. Took the roof off a gas station across the street. Ouch. Youch. So, hey guys, I'm gonna sign off for today. I'm a little tired. I noticed that my energy level is still not back to normal. Hope you enjoyed the look at the weird signals today, especially those dots everywhere. I'm gonna go and check out on my chicken that's in the oven. That should be ready quite soon. Thanks for those that gave a tip today on the using the super chat. Always nice to have you guys here. I'll be listening to the radio tonight, so on the Facebook group, I'll probably be posting about several little things that I can listen to or been listening. Don't forget that on Tuesday, June 21st, it's the BBC Midwinter Broadcast to Antarctica, 21:30 to 22 hours. Universal time frequencies, once again, that will be used are 6035, 7305, 9505, and 12065. 12065 is the best one that I heard here when they were testing on Monday. So that's coming up Tuesday, June 21st, 21:30, 22. The BBC Midwinter. And you guys want to try before we leave on 10, 2, 2, 3. M12 Morse code. I hear it very faintly here. 10, 2, 2, 3, CW. M12 Russian number station is on. So take care. We'll be back on Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's Thursday UTC time, 0 hours UTC. So thanks for being here, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show today. And hope my energy level gets back to 100% soon. So always nice to have you here. Take care, my friends. Stay safe, okay?